Hi, I'm Andy Dumond, and this is my wife, Cheryl, and we've been going to Summit for about 7 years now. Cheryl and I, to the glory of God, both came to a saving knowledge of Christ relatively young, and so our whole adult lives, we've pretty much been attending church. We both volunteer on Sundays, and that's nice because you get to know lots of people, and we also co-lead a life group, a very large and active life group as well. So one of the benefits from Summit has been that we've been able to spend more time at church activities and more time in fellowship with the other believers.
When I first became a Christian, it was all in right from the beginning. And I remember they talked about tithing, and he said, start with 1% and see how that works and work your way up, but you should be at 10. I thought, well, why not just do 10? And God has always blessed us. He's always been there and always met our needs every step of the way.
It's not just that we do this because we think we need to. We can see the blessings, we can see the lives that are changed, the lives, that are touched, how people are growing because we're willing to, share and contribute to those causes. We were in the retail business for years here locally, and at one point in time we finally decided, in consultation with our Christian attorney and our Christian accountant, that maybe it was time for us to sell out, to move on, to do something different. And just the real short story here is the way God worked that out in the end. We were able to sell out all of the equipment, all of our assets, and we always, on any income, tithe first. When all the checks came in, when all was said and done, the first thing we did was write a tithe check for the total proceeds from the sale of the business. Then we wrote a check for the tax obligation that we owed, which was pretty significant. And then thirdly, we looked at what the balance that was left from the proceeds of the sale and said, we can pay off our house. And so we paid off our house.
Amazing.
And that, over the years, has been a huge blessing, because once you get rid of those financial burdens, then giving becomes easier. And we've been very fortunate, again, giving God all the glory for that. We've been very fortunate that we've been able to support missionaries, our tithing, just anybody that comes along that's going on a mission trip and says, can you contribute? We're very happy, and it's really been a blessing to be able to help folks in those situations.
I would just like to challenge everybody that I know that goes to Summit and our life group. If you're not giving, to try giving. Open your heart, let God work in your life, and to give and see how God blesses you.
We enjoy being able to participate in Summit with our time and our giving, because we can see the blessings that come by doing so. And it's really neat, because we know that the investment we're making in the Summit is going to come home in an eternal way, that lives are going to be changed, that people will be touched, and there can be no greater investment than that.